My travel style has definitely changed over the years, and I think part of that's due to experience and also just getting older as one does. So here are some of the ways that I have changed my traveling experiences and how maybe the speed at which I travel. So one of the things that I don't do anymore is I don't try to cram it all in. And cramming it all in looks differently for everybody, but I used to try and hit as many things as I could because I just didn't know if I was ever going to be back. And 10 years ago, that was a lot easier than it is today for me. I'm not old by any means, but I just have noticed that as I've gotten older, I don't recover the same way I used to when traveling, and that's everything from being exhausted from traveling. I don't really get jet lag, but I definitely get tired. If you've ever traveled and changed time zones, you know that it just takes a lot of energy. It's a lot of brain power to get through. So I don't recover from that as well. I don't recover from early mornings and late nights trying to get every ounce of time that I can in a location anymore. And some of that's also just the mental exhaustion of it all. So I've definitely slowed down. I don't try to cram everything in, which is a bit of a bummer because there are things that I have passed up that I'm like, oh well, maybe that would have been nice to see, but that's okay. I think somewhat related to this, a nice little segue with that is as I've gotten older, I've also realized that I have opportunities to go back. Nothing ever has to be a one-time trip. If there's something I didn't see and I choose down the road to go that I want to see it, I can choose to go back and see it. So that's changed as well over the years. I remember when I started seriously traveling more consistently, I remember getting on a plane and every single time I left somewhere and thinking, well, I don't know when I'll be back. Will I be back? When will I be back? And now it doesn't even phase me. I just know. I know I'll be back. So that's definitely something that has also changed is just that calm and that peace and that knowledge that is within my power to go back. I know that's not, excuse me, my cat is chewing on something that's not hers. She does that a lot and it's extraordinarily irritating. I've never had a cat with a chewing habit. So, that being said, I'm sorry I digress. If you're new here, there are no edits here. I just ramble. That being said, I think as I've gotten older, I've realized that whether or not I go back somewhere is under my control. Of course, that's not a perfect situation. I mean, there are certain things that there are places that I will probably go once and they're one and done, or they're highly unlikely that I'll go back just because of, either whether it's cost or logistics, whatever it is. But for the most part, I've gotten to a place where I'm very at peace, where I just when I get on the plane to leave, I know that I have the option to come back, and a lot of times it's not as long as I think it's gonna be. So that's also um, that's been something that's been just very very helpful in traveling. Let's see. Something else I've started to do as I've gotten older is I don't sweat missing out on things, especially things in the morning. I am not a morning person. I used to try and force myself to be a morning person when I was overseas just to get those couple extra hours. And quite frankly, unless it's something that I need to be up for early in the morning, whether that's to beat crowds or whatever it is, I don't do it anymore. I have no problem sleeping in, having a slow morning, going and getting a late breakfast or more like a brunch and sitting in a cafe and watching the world go by. I am totally happy to do that. I have done that so many times now, and believe it or not, I am a happier person because of it. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I feel like I'm just getting a different experience for most people. I think sleeping in has also just helped me in other ways, including not only just being more energized and ready to go see what I'm going to see, but I also think that it helps me stay healthy while I'm overseas. I think I get sick a lot less. I never got sick a lot to begin with overseas, but I know I've been in situations in big groups, like at dance events, where everyone got sick except for me. I think that's one, just partly who I am, but also because I do sleep and I take care of myself, and I just think that all contributes to it. So that's also something that has definitely changed. I don't feel bad about it anymore. I don't mind being that person still in bed. Um, but it's made some other things available as well. Like I get to see cities a little bit more in the evening hours because I'm still awake, or there's evening shows and things I can go to and I'm still awake. Or I can go do a marathon of a show like The Cursed Child in London. That is an all-day event, and still be awake, mostly awake. That's a whole other story, that I could tell someday, I guess, but I did make it through that show. It was a very, very long show. Highly recommended, whether you're into Harry Potter or not. Just I don't think I can see another play after it. The effects are amazing, and that being said, I have seen other plays after it, but, it's amazing. If you love theater, go see it. That's my soapbox. I'll get off it. Um Yeah, I think those are the big ones. And so over the years that have changed. I slowed down for sure, not in a bad way, just I'm not in a rush anymore, I'm not in a hurry anymore. I think the last thing any of us want to do, especially when we're on vacation from our 9 to 5, is show up at a new place and still feel rushed. No one wants that. Don't be afraid to slow down. Don't feel like you have to have every single thing planned out. You don't need a full itinerary. If that's you and that's how you roll, more power to you. It's not me. I can't do it anymore. That being said, there are things I do look at that if they need a reservation far in advance, then those get planned out, um, for better or for worse. Sometimes I do get up. A recent example of exactly that and getting up is when I had the opportunity to climb to the top of Statue of Liberty, up to the Crown. They had one ticket left. It was at 10:30. I'm not a morning person, and I know people are going, "That's not morning." It's still morning, but it meant that I had to be up super early to check out of the hotel and get down to Battery Park and get on the ferry and make my time. So that was an early morning, but it was worth it. Um, Now I'm digressing again. So anyway, yeah, I've slowed down. So I think those are the things. I don't try to fill my schedule anymore. I don't try to rush through everything. I have no problem sleeping in and enjoying a slow morning. I have I think it contributes to my health as well. And I forget what the fourth one was. I don't know. I'll rewatch the video. I got a little bit distracted. Here I am saying that I don't edit these, and what I just learned is apparently when you set an alarm on your phone and you forget about it and it goes off while you're recording, it stops your recording. So there's going to be a little blip in this video for the first time ever, which is frustrating. But live and learn. I'm gonna bust out some of my editing skills and then we'll keep on rolling. So I apologize for the blip if you notice it. If you even watched that far, you might not. I don't think most people watch these whole things. Oops. Now I said it. Well, anyway, on that bombshell, always happy to have you here. Again, apologies for the blip. I'm excited to keep building this little corner of the internet, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.